Sup, guys? It's your boy Justin. Welcome to Dundrell's podcast. I finally watched the Jeepers Creepers reboot that they did, Jeepers Creepers Reborn, which came out in September 19th. September 19th. And it's a horror mystery film. It's an hour and 35 minutes, directed by Timo Vuorensola, who is the director of the Iron Sky movies and those Star Trek parodies. The movie stars Sydney Craven as Lane, Gerald Benjamin as the Creeper, Imran Adams as Chase, and you have like Gary Graham and Dee Wallace starring the movie. This movie is getting ratioed on IMDb, and a lot of people are hating on this movie. In my opinion, the movie is not that bad. And honestly, I have no problem with the studios or whoever taking the franchise away from Victor Salva, who is a registered sex offender, who did terrible things to a young actor in his movie Funhouse. I'm saying the thing that Mr. H reviews was too much of a coward to say in his Creepers Reborn review. But despite the fact that Victor Salva was a registered sex offender, I really enjoyed the first two Jeepers Creepers movies as a kid, because when I was a kid and I watched those movies, I didn't know that nobody knew back then that Victor Salva was a sex offender. I don't know, the cat got out of the bag. I'm guessing around the sometime around the third movie, because like that movie, the third Jeepers Creepers movie was like, holy, that movie had like no budget. And this movie has next to no budget either. I mean, it's like a $5 million budget. Only made $3 million at the box office apparently. But yeah, like this movie, the story for this film, which they kind of do like, they kind of in the beginning of the movie, they kind of not shot for shot, but kind of redid the beginning of the film, where like the beginning of the first film, where you have this elderly couple are playing like a road game, and then they get attacked by they get like um, road rage by the creeper, right? And they see his church where he's dumping bodies. It kind of replays stuff from the first Jeepers Creepers movie, right? Starring Justin Long and the other chick, who they sequel baited in the third film that she was going to return, right, in the fourth movie. That didn't happen, right? Same thing in the second movie. In the second movie, like Ray Weiss was waiting for the creeper to come back, 23 years later. They skipped that. The first three movies, they explain in this movie is like were movies basically. Those movies never happened. This is the real canon now. Oh my god. So yeah, the movie's about this horror fanboy Chase, who's taking his STEM college student girlfriend to this like horror convention in the middle of the woods, right? So they can check out the cosplay, cosplay contest, right? Which I gotta say, one of the costumes was a Harley Quinn Suicide Squad costume. Guess from which Suicide Squad movie? Not the James Gunn one, the original. So, I I'm just saying, like there was some good things about the original Suicide Squad film, right? And like obviously there's the thing where the horror movie trope where he's going to propose to her, right? And she is hiding the fact that she's pregnant, right? And they were supposed to meet their gay friend at the at a hotel for the before they went to the party. He never shows up because he's the first kill of the creeper in this film, right? Which the creeper in this film, holy crap, man, he's very non-intimidating at all. He looks and acts like the decrepit man, except for when he fights, right? And his face and his body language remind me of the old man from X. That not Wes Anderson, that Ty West film, which I saw during the week I had like the Coof, and it was right, and that I didn't like that movie at all, right? X, though it had some good things about it. If you don't like if you find old people fucking gross, don't watch X. By the Ty West film. Oh my god! So yeah, they go to the convention, and I really liked the part of the film where they're at this like horror convention kind of in the woods. Everybody has stuff. It looks like a carnival, right? And you have like people like dressed up in costumes. The music was not the generic electronic music that they played was not that bad, right? And while we're there, we meet the other cast of characters. You have the blonde Asian woman who's like who's supposed to be like hosting some internet show. You got the producer guy, and you have the redneck who's in charge of the like knife throwing stall, where he has the throwing stars from the Jeepers Creepers movies, right? Which the creeper steals, and so does the main chick in the movie, Lane, which her hairline was so bad during the when she was at the horror convention, which is called Horror Hound. I don't know if that's a real thing. And like they later they fixed they fixed her hairline in the movie. It's like, oh yeah, make sure actually put your hair down. When you have your hair back, your hairline is very noticeable that it's messed up. Oh my god. So yeah, the other subplots in the movies, there's this crazy cult that wants to kidnap Lane and sacrifice her to the creeper because she has a baby, and they're gonna give her life force to the creeper. Even though the movie's so weird because like Lane has like psychic visions where she sees like her being sacrificed by the cult to the creeper, even though the cult people are not in the third act of the film. And how they the final act, like the halfway point of the movie, our cast of characters get locked inside a mansion where the creeper's at, so it turns into like Resident Evil basically. And like the creepers hunting them down, they get killed one by one or whatever, right? One of them smashes his record player that has the Jeepers Creepers like the song, and he was very pissed off about that, right? But yeah, like that was weird because like they're showing shit that's supposed to be a vision from the future, but it doesn't happen in the movie. So it's like is that shit supposed to happen in the sequel? Right? I have no fucking clue. So like, okay, so like, stuff I noticed about the movie is the creeper's mask like looked cheap as fuck until like it was close-up shots. Then it looked kind of CGI. I'm not 100% sure on that. Most of the kills in the movie kind of suck. Well, I would say half of the kills in the movie suck, which there's not a lot of kills in the movie. There's not a lot of kills. The sky in the movie, right? Because most of the movie takes place at night, is like green screen, like digitally replaced. Like the sky was like a digital effect, and it looked very. What they were trying to show was cool, but it looked like too green screen. It looked too fake, right? Which, like, the entire time I'm watching, I see the scenes where they're at night. It's like, dude, it's like, it looked, are they on a green screen? But it's like they're outside. So it's like, what the fuck? Man, there's no way, was this shot on this, it didn't look like it was shot on, like, a studio, like, lot or something, but it's like, holy fuck, dude, like the green screen the sky, holy fuck. But yeah, like the you can tell, by the way, they did the thing where they you can tell by what they were saying in the script that whoever casted for the movie obviously ignored what the characters what the characters, like, you know, was supposed to be in the script versus who they cast, because Chase starts hanging out with the horror host chick, right? And they're kind of friendly, and the girlfriend gets jealous, and she calls her a blonde bimbo. First off, it's like, you know, she's a short Asian lady with dyed blonde hair. Would you call that a blonde bimbo? I don't. When I think blonde bimbo, I think tall blonde chick with big tits. You know, like, I don't think like short Asian chick. Yeah, and she was cute, but it's like I wouldn't call that a blonde bimbo. Like, so, and like Chase was like, you know, like how many black nerds do you know that are into, like, really into horror films and, like, you know, conspiracy theories, right? Because he thinks he thought the creeper was real, right? And I know there are a lot of black conspiracy theorists. I'm subscribed to a couple, but it's like they're more into, like, cloning, New World Order shit. You know, like MK Ultra. They're not really into the supernatural, Bigfoot and cryptids and shit. So it's like, yeah, that character was obviously supposed to be cast for, not necessarily white, but it was like, you know, they wanted a diverse cast for the film, right? So what did I think? So I'm just gonna wrap it up because the review is getting long. So the movie, it's the thing where, like, the movie, if this wasn't a Jeepers Creepers movie, I would say this movie was just a schlocky, like, fun slasher horror film. You know, 5 out of 10. But which basically what the movie is, right? Like, it's not as bad as a lot of people are just hating on it because, you know, there are a lot of fans of the Jeepers Creepers franchise. Despite the fact that, you know, it was created by a registered sex offender, right? And, like, honestly, in my opinion, this movie, in some way, it's the thing where, like, you know, the Jeepers Creepers movies, though they were like horror slashers, but like they had like a mystery aspect to the film. Here it's like, you know, you don't really have that, like, mystery suspense, right? And by the way, it's like they kill they sequel bait two fucking things, right? It's like they do like two separate, like, kind of sequel baits, right? And it's like, hold up. It's like they had, like, an alternate ending and the ending, and they put him in the same fucking cut of the film. So it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck were you thinking, man? But other than that, the movie's fine. It's a 5 out of 10. I think if you if you just watch it to enjoy it, watch it just to have a good time or whatever. The movie's a good time, man. And what do you expect from a movie that's 5 million budget? They get the fucking a Finnish guy who does basically Star Trek fan films to direct it, which I never saw the Iron Sky movies, but those movies look like cringe. But yeah, so I don't know. I think the movie's fine, but yeah, I excited for what they have planned for the Jeepers Creepers franchise. Fuck no, this franchise is dead, and honestly, it probably should have stayed dead after the second film. All right, guys, bye.